The punter Logan Cook set to start the proceedings, and we are underway here in Jacksonville. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn the status of one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you. Let's go.
Throwing first play is Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he'll just get rid of it. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it again.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by the first overall pick from a couple of drafts ago, former Clemson Tiger Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior whatever team he joins. And to his credit, he shouldered those expectations and he's doing everything in his power to follow through.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now Etienne to start the drive. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Another tote for Etienne. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the counter, ETN. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked download up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 36-yard line. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Lawrence. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Lawrence to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Well, he left no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. DeAndre Carter back deep. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 6. Back to throw here, Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Herbert now finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense, because to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
On 4th down, Herbert. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. From midfield now, Lawrence. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Again, it's Lawrence. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards, and a guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big third down play there for the Jags. 58 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Etienne will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. Once more, Etienne. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne taking it in from a yard out. And the Jaguars post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. A 1-yard run on 1st down, another one on 2nd. It might not do much for the yards per carry average, but it gets them 6 points.
And at contract time, you want to show touchdowns scored way more than you want to show yards per carry.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Chad Muma fighting all the way through and getting the sack.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker, so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. Agnew now to return. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
And they'll go again with ETN.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. Here comes Carter. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's Herbert. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
All right, say it with me now. There are a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty?
Yep.
Wiley? Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names?
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, but it'll be 2nd down. Herbert back to the air. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Got a man, it's complete, it's Palmer.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
That was a really nice job there, stretching zone coverage by running that route deep enough before breaking it back towards the sideline and being open.
And a precise throw for the reception in the first.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up second down. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Chargers in that first half. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. From the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, and now it's second down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Quick slant caught by Kirk. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Lawrence. Crossing route, and he hits his man. It's Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Holding offense.
That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle.
Still 3rd down.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Lawrence will throw. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Here's Logan Cook now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. On the return, Carter. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Yeah, with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
He juked him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Trayvon Walker from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
On second down, Eckler. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Now it's Herbert.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. Made us first. This now from 46 yards away. And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 15.
On play action, Lawrence.
He'll buy some time right. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. His throw incomplete. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And his throw here's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards.
The teams practice their plays during the week. They're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Sliding out of the pocket. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the run. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And they'll run with Etienne. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Patterson now for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 26.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, Herbert.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Open man is Palmer.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Herbert.
That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the 1st down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. To the air again, Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Picked by Chad Muma. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
And I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Jaguars back with it on offense. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
They'll start on the ground. ETN.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's Lawrence.
And this one is incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Lawrence. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down in the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Herbert and the Chargers down 14-6, 2:01 remaining. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding Allen. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Throwing, Herbert. He's got Eckler. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Herbert. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. Well, this game has not been short on intrigue, but that's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown, and when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Etienne once more. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Etienne up the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
They'll run with ETN. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 81 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to 0. Charles, in these lower scoring games, you know it better than anybody. Points are at such a premium, but taking care of the football is king. They play turnover-free from whistle to whistle, and they come through with a victory.
Yeah, and that's what won them the game, because even doing it that way, being that clean, partner, they weren't able to really run away with this game. So that tells us just how important it was to make sure you played mistake-free football. That led to the victory.